Good evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. If I sound kind of sniffly in this video, it is because I am sick. I got the COVIDs, and it's not fun. I've, been quarantining at my house for close to a week now, and, yeah, I'm starting to go crazy in here, but I know I can't go out, so don't worry. The thought has only crossed my mind, but I've never pursued it. I've been quarantining, I've been a good Lizzie, and I will continue to be a good Lizzie. But today, I'm just so bored, I decided, hey, why don't I make a video? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be making a video where I rant about Rainbow High. Now, I know what some of y'all are thinking. You're thinking, Lizzie, don't you rant about the dolls all the time? Yes, but I'm not gonna rant about the dolls. We're gonna be ranting about the show. Because, as you guys know, Rainbow High does have a YouTube series, and it was even put onto Netflix. And the episodes are only 7 minutes long, so it's not like they have a very long time to develop a plot line and see it through. But I do feel like they could do a better job with it, considering they used to make the Bratz show. And while the Bratz show wasn't amazing, they at least kinda knew how to start a plot line and follow it through because they had 22-minute episodes. The thing with Rainbow High, though, is that they don't have the same amount of time, so I'm going to cut them a little bit of slack there, but I do have an idea that could fix that. That idea would be making 2-part episodes. One part introduces the conflict and, the height of it, and then the second episode introduces, how to resolve it, you know? Because then it would make, a 14-minute episode, which I think they could work with. Most kids' shows get that amount of time anyway, on Cartoon Network and stuff. An average episode of Teen Titans Go, terrible example I know, is 15 minutes long. Or, 12 minutes, I don't know. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's start with the characters. So the Rainbow High show is 3D animated and features a bunch of characters, all of which have become dolls already, except a couple. We haven't seen Emerald, Aiden, and Ainsley yet, but the majority of them are already dolls. So I think the way it works is that this show will, introduce new characters so we have new dolls to look forward to. For instance, Bella, as seen in this pic, Pink Girl, we all know who Bella is. She was introduced in the show at first, and people were like, oh, are we gonna get her as a doll? And then she came out not too long after. So the show basically exists to create hype for the dolls and upcoming things, you know? So, with that, the show doesn't need to try that hard to get them to appeal, because collectors will, want the dolls anyway, you know? There's a lot of collectors who just want to get every doll so they don't miss out. But in my opinion, I'm only gonna start buying the ones I really like, just because they're getting kind of expensive. Sorry, I have to keep clearing my throat because I am suffering. But anyway, since they are mostly promoting dolls, they don't try that hard to give each character a very fleshed out personality, so a lot of the times you will see characters who are kind of all over the place, it feels like. Some of them are pretty consistent though, Sunny is consistent. I'd say that Jade is consistent. My main gripe is with Ruby, because Ruby and Bella I don't feel like we're very close at all. But then when Bella gets expelled, Jade is upset, and so is Ruby for some reason. It just felt really random. And also, I don't care if Bella getting expelled is a spoiler. Everyone was posting about it anyway, so if you didn't see that, I'm sorry that this was your first experience. But Bella got brought back, so it's not like it matters. They were gonna bring her back anyway. So, in my opinion, I think Ruby is one of the most inconsistent characters. And Violet, we need a whole separate part for Violet. But Skylar is pretty consistent. I like her development where she's kind of becoming more confident, I think it is. I don't remember. I don't actually pay much attention to Skylar, I'm sorry. Overall though, Poppy has no personality. They refuse to focus on her for some reason. Even in her focus episode, all we learn about her is that she's homesick. She misses her home. That's it. So I definitely think Rainbow High has a lot of work to do in the character department, and it's getting to the point that the side characters, Karma, Stella, Daria, all of those gangs, especially Crystal, all of them are just more interesting than the main characters, it feels like. While I love Bella and Jade, I just feel like they could come up with more complex plots to introduce more character traits. That's just my opinion. Some of this stuff might be unpopular, but I'm just trying to share my thoughts. So, some characters in the series I feel like have no substance to their character. I've already mentioned Poppy, but another big offender in that department would definitely be Amaya. I know there are some people who really like Amaya, and that's totally valid, But at the same time, I feel like she's a bit of a nothing character. Because all we really know about her is that she was from a small town, she replaced Bella when Bella got expelled, even though Bella's back in the school now, so I don't... What, are they gonna kick Amaya out again? I don't know. And then... Amaya started to take, like, this main character of the entire series role when she was first introduced. I know I said I was gonna talk about Violet, but we're gonna save that for a second, because I forgot about Amaya. So, my issue with Amaya is that we just don't know enough about her to be emotionally invested in anything regarding her character. I know some of y'all are going to say, Lizzie, it's a kid's show, but I feel like even in a kid's show, we deserve better writing than this, because there are tons of kids' shows that try hard with their stories. Amphibia, The Owl House, Gravity Falls, you know? Those are all great shows that were aimed at kids. Oh, man, I didn't even mention the Cartoon Network shows. Adventure Time, regular show, tons of consistent characters and like good writing that was enjoyable, you know? But it feels like some of the characters in Rainbow High are nowhere near as developed. I know that they're just meant to promote a toy brand, but there's tons of shows that are meant to promote toy brands that did a really good job with the show. Like My Little Pony, for instance. Tons of people loved My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. That show was unironically really good. Towards the end, I feel like it got like a little... They were stretching it out a bit, pushing it, but you know, it was still good. And I also loved the Equestria Girl movies, even though those dolls didn't do very well. But yeah, what I'm saying is that a show meant to promote toys can be good. And Rainbow High isn't bad or anything, but I just feel like if it had the proper, like... If they just gave them enough time to tell a story, you know, I feel like the episodes would be a lot better. The characters would be more developed. Like, Poppy and Amaya don't have much character development. As I was saying about Amaya previously, though, she just kind of took this main character role out of nowhere, and I don't feel like she deserved it, because we just don't know enough about her for her to deserve it. Like, Amaya is a cool character and all, I guess, but they gave her a boyfriend. They gave her the big part at the end of the runway show. They gave her, like, everything. They're like, oh, she's the whole rainbow, she's cool. But we just don't know much about her. All we know is that she's got rainbow colors, small town, has a boyfriend, that's it, you know? So, yeah, that's my little rant, though, about Amaya. So let's move on to my least favorite character in the entire cartoon, Violet. I'm gonna preface this by saying that I do not dislike Violet, so Violet fans, before you get your panties in a twist, just know that I don't dislike her. I'm just disappointed with the arc, well, the direction that her character seems to be going right now. Because when I first got my Rainbow High dolls, I really wanted to like Violet. I thought she looked cool online, but then I got her in person and I was disappointed. So I was like, maybe I'll like her in the show. But then when we started watching the show, well, when I started watching the show, not we, there's no we, I just was disappointed by her character. Like, in the first episode, by the end of it, I was like, why did she do that to Sunny? Sunny is really cute. She's fun to hang around. Why did she do that to her best friend of several years, like childhood best friend? And you know, like the whole like, oh, I don't know why we're in different rooms, Sunny. I have no idea. Maybe my mom put the wrong thing in. And Sunny's like, didn't we request to be roommates? And she's like, oh, I don't know. Well, but maybe this is a good idea to make more friends, right? And Violet did definitely have a point there, but the way she said it did feel kind of like she was clearly lying to Sunny, and I think Sunny knew it. But she still, like, hurt Sunny there, and it was never really addressed until the newest episode, which, let's talk about that right now. The newest episode is the one with the Ainsley fashion closet drama, where, Sunny, Poppy, and Ruby all went to go see the fashion closet they were invited to. And then Violet and the two fashion majors, Amaya and Skylar, were kind of upset. But Amaya and Skylar backed off when Ruby came in and explained, hey, she didn't want to show it to fashion majors because she's just starting out. And they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But Violet still got mad. Violet was all like, oh, why didn't you invite me? But I think Violet failed to recognize that it wasn't Sunny's place to invite people. Like, Ainsley approached them and said, hey, do you guys want to come check out this thing I'm working on? Like, what was Sunny supposed to say? Was she supposed to go, oh, sure, can I invite my friend? Thanks for this invitation. Do you mind if I bring someone else? Like, she's already showing 3 people. And Violet, who is known to, like, vlog everything she does, would definitely record it. Which is, you know, recording student work. But, like, apparently it's not bad when Violet does it. I don't know. Bella literally got expelled for the student work thing, but Violet's just constantly recording things that Skyward draws. She's like, oh yeah, look at this thing, Vihive. And somehow Skyward doesn't get, like, expelled. It's weird. But yeah, I can understand why Ainsley would not have wanted to invite Violet. And that's probably why Sunny didn't ask. Sunny knew it wasn't her place to. So Violet then runs off. She's like, oh, I'm a terrible friend. I'm gonna give myself an I'm a terrible friend haircut when Sunny goes to find her. And Sunny's like, no, you're not a terrible friend. You just said that we have to expand our horizons. And then Violet's like, oh, don't throw that in my face. Like, you literally said that. She seems to be incapable of, like, accepting that what she did was wrong. Instead, she would rather manipulate Sunny into thinking, like, oh, this is on both of us. We didn't communicate. But the issue is that Violet didn't want to be honest. Violet could have just said to Sunny right then and there, like, oh, hey, I just didn't want to be your roommate, I'm sorry, and then explained herself. We still don't have a proper explanation for why she did it. Like, obviously she said the whole, like, oh yeah, we should expand our horizons, make more friends. I don't even think they said it like that, but that's what I remember. Or that's the way I'm paraphrasing it. But the fact that Violet, like, has made no effort to explain herself in that regard just kind of rubs me wrong. I've seen a lot of people say that they relate to Violet in this situation, and I can't say that I understand why, because Violet was definitely being manipulative to Sunny, in a way, you know? It just feels weird. Like, obviously Violet fans are valid, you're allowed to like the toxic characters and such, but Violet is just a little strange to me. I don't know. In addition to that, she seems to have, like, no self-awareness. She just loves to record everything. Like, she'll be like, oh, can you sign this waiver? And it's played off for comedy when she's already started filming people. And it's just, how comfortable would you feel if someone approached you with a camera and then was like, oh, hey, do you mind if I film you? I'm already filming right now, but sign this waiver. Like, I know that that's, like, a much more minor thing, but it just feels like the way Violet acts in general definitely needs an improvement, and they have been working on improving her character. Another episode that was strange to me, well, interesting to me, was of course the one, why are my dogs barking? Was of course the one where Bella got expelled from school. And Violet recorded it and uploaded it to her channel, and then she's like, oh my god, I got 1 million views! And then Bella calls Jade crying, and she's like, dude, why the hell is this video on Violet's channel? And then Jade gets rightfully upset for her friend / girlfriend. They're not actually girlfriends, it makes me sad, but still. So Ruby was of course upset too. Ruby and Jade, like, went about it, and they recorded Violet doing something embarrassing and uploaded it to give her a taste of her own medicine. Which, that probably wasn't the best approach. I'll definitely admit that wasn't the best approach, but it was kind of strange how the episode went about it like they were 100% in the wrong for that, and Violet was not. Like, maybe the episode might have shown a little more about Violet being wrong, because Violet did take down the video, but she was all, like, mopey about it afterwards. She should have instead been like, you know what, I should have never uploaded that. And then the other two would have taken the video down too, and it would have been even. But instead, at the end of the episode, everyone does the bubble dance thing, and it was supposed to be, like, a feel-good moment, but it just felt like a weird way to wrap the episode up to me. It feels like a mature conversation would have been better, but I guess they did just want to make Violet feel less embarrassed by doing the dance as well, which is, that's a sweet thing to do. It's definitely a nice thing to do. But the way that episode handled the conflict just felt really strange. Feels like they tried to sit Violet down and talk to her, actually. I remember that they did. But Violet was like, oh, she signed the waiver. But, like, just signing a waiver doesn't mean you can humiliate your friends. Like, Violet just went and humiliated Bella like that. And then still acts like her friend. It's just kind of strange. So, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I just feel like Violet definitely still needs a lot of work on her character. And I'm hoping that she gets that development soon, because I would like to start liking her, but right now she's just still pretty unlikable to me. So, there's a lot more that I could say about this show, but my thoughts are just so disordered and nonsensical right now. But, I'm worried I just upset a bunch of Violet fans, and I'm very sorry if you're a Violet fan, but, yeah, there's no issue in liking a toxic character, you just have to be able to know that their actions are not okay, and you can't condone them. Like, it's like how in anime there's tons of characters who have killed people, and you can like those characters, you don't have to hate them because they killed people. But, like, if you see a murderer in real life and you go, oh, they're so hot, there's a problem, you know, because that person actually hurt people, and you shouldn't condone that, you know? Obviously, fiction does affect reality. It always has. Tons of things have proved that, such as the Jaws effect with the Jaws movie. You know, the one about the shark. That movie actually increased the public fear of sharks, especially great white sharks, you know? So, yeah, fiction definitely can affect reality in that regard, in any regard, actually. But, all of that aside, I just felt like rambling, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't get too mad at me in the comments. I was overall just sharing my opinion. You guys are welcome to share yours. Just do it in a polite way, you know? Like, there's no need to say, oh, you're so stupid, Violet's the best. Like, I'm not saying I hate Violet. I'm saying that she has areas where she needs to improve. I might have been a little more negative than I remember, but I don't know. I'm groggy. I literally have COVID. But, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. It was fun to make, and let me know if you'd be interested in another video like this, because it was kind of fun to just sit down and talk about whatever, you know? So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!